Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and welcome to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today guys, I have got a ladder game. It is between EC's Welmu, the red Protoss player in the top right position, and XMG's XlorD, the blue Zerg in the lower left. Now, it is on Cloud Kingdom, it is a PvZ, and is it me or is everyone playing on Cloud Kingdom at the moment? Like, I swear, every replay, or like, a far too higher percentage of my replays are cast on this game. So pretty crazy. But these two, obviously, they want to be friends. They really do. Or rather, at least Welmu does. Welmu's like, yeah, but you can have me, bro. That's fine. Anyway, what can we expect in terms of strategy? Welmu chucking down that pylon pretty early on. That's to be expected. And, well, the reason for that is because it's a fast expand. It'll either be Forge first or Nexus first, both very viable. Meanwhile, XlorD, he's going to go for a 14 or 15 pull, depending on how risky he's feeling. That'll get followed up by a quick expansion, followed up by a third base at about 4 to 4 minutes 20, generally speaking. Maybe a bit later than that. It depends if he wants to get out an extra queen or anything. But yeah, all in all, that is pretty much what's going to happen early game. Now, of course, my voice is starting to recover slightly. It's still not completely right, but it's a tiny bit better. And that's what really matters, of course. I was at Insomnia 47 for the ESET UK Masters Tournament last weekend, and, well, it killed my voice. I did so much casting, but it was so much fun. It was absolutely incredible. Big shout out to ESET, because they are brilliant. So make sure you do send them a tweet. It was at ESET UK Masters. And tag me in it as well, at Madals SC2. Make sure you're just like, hey, Madals sent me here. You guys were awesome at Insomnia. Or something like that. That'd be cool. Then they've also announced already that they're putting in £10,000 to I-48, which hopefully I'll be casting as well. So 10 grand prize pool is pretty good. It was 5 grand at I-47, so I'm really excited about that. But anyway, looking here, back to the game. Of course, Nexus first for the moment. That probe doing a good job of blocking the natural, actually being very irritating. Is the probe going to go down? Is the probe going to survive? It may die. It may die. Oh my god, the drone. Ah, the poor probe. The probe. He had one job. He did it to the bitter end. He delayed that expansion so long. Hero probe, a statue should be built in its honor. But anyway, we do have the forge coming down. We've got this second pylon, this wall off on its way. Everything going just as you would like. We've got, well, not much else going on. A queen coming down. We've got gateway being added onto this mix as well. The wall off is now complete. The probe, the overlord, of course, coming over the probe to complete the wall off should it be needed. 2 zerglings on the way out. I think 2 zerglings is the best option. 4 is too many. None is too few. 2, absolutely perfect, because you can then send 1 to come and check this shizzle out, be like, hey, what's going on over at his base? The other one, you can run around and be like, you're not cannon rushing me anywhere, are you? Please tell me you're not cannon rushing me. And you can check all around here and all around here, and you can come and check for proxy pylons, and you can hold a watchtower, and it's all really good. Here we go. Look at this little zergling, just being like, I'm checking for probes and checking for pylons. Meanwhile, expansion, it came down 4 minutes 20, bang on the dot. Got the second gas coming down at the moment for Welmu's gateway, just about to finish up. Cybercore should hit just about now. There we go. That is all good. So literally all these timings are exactly what I'd expect. These gas should be taken by XlorD at roughly, give or take, 40 to 50 odd supply. That's usually a good time. You'll see the first 2 gas get taken by the Zerg. Don't need speed early on, don't need to rush your lair out or anything, but what you do need is drones to catch up with the chrono boosted double Nexus, because of course if we look at the work count at the moment, 27 to 23 in favour of the Protoss, just because chrono boosting is so damn good. Now, obviously, looking around here, what else have we got? Not too much. It's 1 probe, just poking and prodding, having a look, maybe going to chuck down something. In terms of strategy from Welmu, there's a lot of options. He can take a quick third base. That's one option available to him. Alternatively, he could chuck down a whole load of gateways and go for a big gateway push. He could go Immortal Sentry if we see a robotic facility soon. That's almost certainly what we're going to see. There we go, bang. This third base will be the target of the attack. Basically, if the Zerg player loses this third base, you're pretty much out of the game. It's really tough to come back from that. And really on this map, it's really hard as well, because that area is really wide. This area is really wide into the third base, but importantly, this area kind of here and this area here aren't that wide. So basically you can get down some really nice force fields in that area, really split up the Zerg army, and that can cause big problems. You know, the Overlord just coming in to chill over here. The Stalker sitting there as well, just being like, nope, you are not going to be scouting me. We've got the third and fourth gas down. Meanwhile, obviously the first two gas are up for XlorD. They haven't been up for too long though, as you can see from the amount of money, the amount of gas he's got sitting there. The third queen, all three queens happily injecting away. If we look at the worker count now, 41 to 40. So this is where Welmu will start pulling ahead now. He's got three queens injecting, three hatcheries. The observer getting chrono boosted. Wants to go get some scouting. The sentry count starting to get higher. Nothing else really revealed. This overlord coming in though, trying to get a good read off. So where is the stalker? Where are you, Mr. Stalker? Stalker? Nope. The Stalker is a mile away. The first Immortal now following this up. A couple of Zerglings there not really paying attention. They could have got a nice little surround on that Stalker if they were paying attention. But obviously this Overlord is now going to see pretty much everything. And that isn't good news. The Sentry coming up. But, well, sees these two come down. That is a bit of a giveaway that, hey, there's some gateways coming down. What's going on there? Sees the Sentry. Really just can't see that. If it sees that robotic facility, that would be bad times. But it looks like it should get taken out before. No, he sees it. Did he see it? He did. That, of course, absolutely ace there for XlorD. He now knows this is almost certainly an Immortal Sentry all in. We've got some Zerglings poking and prodding. He sees the Immortal as well. You can't get much of a better read than that on your opponent. That is absolutely brilliant for XlorD. Now, what do you do in this situation when you know the Immortal Sentry all-in is coming? Well, we saw at I-47, of course, Johnny Rico, Dignitas player, do really, really well against it. And the way I feel you deal with it is you get speed down, you get roach speed down. You then start your roach Zerglings and you, well, come and push up. Because once you push up here, you force them to send sentries before they get to your base, but it looks like it's not going to be an Immortal Sentry all-in. It's actually going to be a faked Immortal Sentry. Now that I really like. I think it's just so good because we should see maybe some units get forced fairly quickly out of XlorD, thinking that a push is going to be coming. But of course the third base is coming up, and Welmu, you can do so much on three bases as a Protoss player. It's absolutely ace. But of course Zergling speed just finished up now. We do of course have road speed down as well. The War Prism coming out. Now it'll be interesting to see what this War Prism is used for. Could be a sentry drop, could be an immortal drop, maybe just for the resupply, maybe for just a bit of pressure. Lots of different possibilities. We do have the robotics bay coming down now, so taking up 2 Colossi. Meanwhile, is going to get scouted, sees this push coming, sees the War Prism, that's important. 16 roaches in production. XlorD, in my opinion, will have an okay time defending this because, well, for a start, the units are pulling back. He doesn't feel very confident in it. The War Prism on its own can have an okay time. That Observer and Overseer are just having a nice little game of chase. Of course, Overlord speed has been done, so the Overseer is a lot quicker. He's just like, bump, bump. Sorry, I'm getting very easily distracted by that, but of course the War Prism has been seen, knows where it's coming. The Roach is clearing out the rocks because of course choke points make force fields even more imber. We've got macro hatches down, we've got a lot of Overlords all clumped up together. But for the time being, we've just got 2 Stalkers warping in, that's all fine. That Overlord does manage to run away. Looking back up here, obviously we've got the Twilight counts coming down, Hallucination on its way. We've got, well, extended thermal lance, that's all good. We've got the 5th and 6th gas coming down. We've got this War Prism there with the Stalkers. We've got a push coming across the map though right now. That Overseer is apparently going to die a very, very horrible death right now. So I'm surprised it's suicided rather than just sitting up there. Oh no, there was an Observer, that's why. That is why you could see. Also, Hallucinated Phoenix coming down. But, well, in come an awful lot of Roaches and Zerglings. 5 Spore Crawlers. They have now been cancelled. I was going to say that is absolutely huge. In terms of defense, Welmu's going to have an okay time. He's got 3 Immortals out. His first Colossus about to hit. Once that Colossus hits, it'll be pretty easy to hold this. Just because of the amount of splash damage it does, and with the Immortals though as well, the Roaches will get taken down exceptionally easily. The more units streaming across the map, and it looks like XlorD really happy to commit to this now. He has got a lot of units. He needs to make sure that he engages down here though. I don't know if he knows that the 3rd base is up. No, oh no, he does, because he can see that cast there, so he knows the 3rd base is up. Some cannons coming down now. Basically, you want to go surround those rocks trying to get taken out. Don't lose damage. 2 force fields baited though. That's okay. In terms of the lost tab, hardly anything lost from Welmu yet, so he's in a good spot. It looks like we're going to have a little run by to the 3rd base. Only a couple of cannons there, and of course if the army pulls, well then the rest of the army is going to come in. Drop tech is done. This is going to be an absolutely massive drop, but it is seen by the War Prism. The War Prism stealthily has hidden inside the group of Overlords. Of course, you would never notice that, but look at this. All of the army for Welmu getting pulled back. This is going to allow the 3rd base to be completely exposed. And here we go. This is a brilliant play by XlorD right now. Look at him go. He's coming in, and of course, where do you go? The army is going to have to split. This is going to get really, really tense. A couple of Stalkers coming back there. Meanwhile, the Overlords pulling back. They don't want to engage at a bad angle, but look at this. 3rd base is getting absolutely absolutely trounced right now. More stalkers are warping and more units coming across. Meanwhile, the big drops come down. Look at all this. It's getting completely surrounded. The force fields are relatively effective. The Colossus rather goes down, and of course the Immortals getting focused to the third base. Everything getting cleaned up. We've got the second Colossus hitting just in time to come and help with some of this, but the engagements are looking very, very good for XlorD. He's picked up all of those Immortals. He has got just so many roaches. Meanwhile, at the third base, it looks like he's finally going to get pushed back, but he's keeping all of Welmu's units down here, and Welmu is just losing so much at the time being. This is not looking good. XlorD remaxing on a lot of Zerglings, on a lot of roaches, streaming those units into the third base, and of course, for the moment, Welmu just doesn't know where to go. He's getting attacked from every angle. I'm surprised that robotic facility isn't getting focused down. Gets depowered, though. That could be the nail in the coffin, because that means, well, no more Colossus are going to hit the field for a long, long time. As you can see there, one was in production, and of course, as you see here, Welmu, he's getting his army dragged out. That's going to allow him to get surrounded and get trapped between his own base and where he wants to be. The natural has gone down. The robotics facility has fallen as well. Well, guys, I think this is game right now. Welmu, he just overcommitted his movement out to defend the third base, allowed his natural to get sacked, and that was game, unfortunately, for him. But of course, XlorD going to be very, very happy with that. Dealt with it incredibly well with a nice little kind of 12-minute timing push with basically mass roach zergling. So guys, if you did enjoy, please subscribe, leave a cool comment, like the video, etc. And I'll catch you tomorrow for yet another new cast. Bye for now.